going on, people? It's your girl Rebecca James and I'm back with another video. So today's video is going to be a how to survive your GCSE videos. I took my GCSEs last year to the end of my first year at college, and I've had, you know, the joyous times of doing my GCSEs, and these are like some things that I wish people told me at the start of my GCSEs, and I literally only found out at the end of them after I took them. So let's get started. Number 1, planning. Now, when you are taking your exams, your school should give you an exam timetable, and if they haven't, you need to go and talk to a teacher now about that, because, you know, it's March and you're taking your exams in May, maybe end of April, May time. So you should probably have your exam timetable by now. And so once you've gotten your exam timetable, make a study schedule. Now this will just make studying 10 times easier for you when you actually come to taking your exams. Now, how I done my study schedule is that I'd done it from the exam, my very first exam, all the way to the last exam I had. Now I know, so you can do it like that, or I know some people done as they studied at first the exam that they were struggling with the most. Now yes, that can help, but really only if that exam is at like the start of exam season, I guess. But if it's like all the way at the end, then I'm sorry, but why are you studying so far ahead? You need to kind of focus on the exams that are first put out for you. So do a study schedule, but make sure on my day, do not study like maths for 3 hours, then study science, biology for 4 hours. Like, no, make it realistic. So if you easily get distracted, or if your brain like kind of loses interest, say about after an hour, then have a 30-minute break after that hour, and let that kind of be the time to go on all your electronics. Do that for each subject. Now obviously if you can study for 3 hours at a time, then fine, do it. It's just for a lot of people it don't work because the information does not go through into their brain properly. It just goes through one ear and out the other. So do a study schedule, make sure you put in breaks, make sure you do have time with your friends and stuff like that, and don't prioritise yourself all to studying, because otherwise you are going to drive yourself mental. Number 2, determination. You are going to need determination to be able to pass. I know it sounds dumb, but seriously, like, once you've made your study schedule, once you've seen your exam timetable and stuff like that, you need to stick to them, and you need to try your best to stick to them. So if you get very distracted by, you know, by phones or technology, or just anything in your bedroom, for example, then if it's like technology then lock them away, turn them off, text people saying, look, I'm studying for the next 2 hours, please. All my technology to my mum, and so that way she had them all. I could only go to her if I needed it for something. That don't work because they will still find a way to manage to get back onto their electronics. But you never know, give it a go, maybe lock them away, put them somewhere that's out of your reach. So if you are a short person, put them somewhere really high that you have to ask someone to go and get for you. You can do that. If you find out that you're getting distracted by just purely being in your bedroom, then study somewhere else. I know a lot of people who could not study in their bedroom because they would end up getting so distracted. And I was like that for a lot of subjects. With maths, I could never study in my bedroom, only purely because I would end up getting distracted by so many things in my bedroom. So, like, I would end up going downstairs to my kitchen because all that would be down there would be food, and I never really at that time got distracted by food. Here's a little thing that can help you guys with the determination kind of part of GCSEs. Give yourself treats. Now, do not give yourself treats every single time you study, or every single time you manage to stick to the study schedule, or every time you manage to study for an hour about electronics. Don't do that, because in the end, you're not really treating yourself. You just come in part of a routine. So say, do it as I do it as a week. So, like I said, Sunday, that was my treat. Having a day off of no studying, that was my treat for sticking to the schedule for a week. But it can be simply as going out and buying those new shoes that you wanted, getting a new phone. Like, maybe talk to your parents and see if they can come up with a little treat if you can do it. But obviously, don't just say to your parents, alright, where's my new phone, when you've done a week, and they're like, what are you on about? Maybe talk to your parents. But yeah, what I done was I just had the week off I just had Sunday off as my treat. 3. Stop stressing. Stress is a very common word during GCSE. I think that was the most common word I ever heard during my GCSEs. Not even like study, it was stress. The amount of times I heard at GCSE people go, I'm so stressed, blah blah blah, stressing me out, this subject's stressing me out, that teacher is stressing me out, and studying is stressing me out. You will look back on that once you've left GCSE and you'll sit there and go, yeah, I didn't know what stress was. Because if you have family or friends or you know people who are in college or in uni or working or something like that, the one thing you will hear them say to you is, you don't know what stress is. And that is true. When you're at GCSE, that is minor stress that you're having. That's not even like true stress that you're having. And also, half of it is not even worth stressing over. There's so many things at GCSE that my mates used to stress about, and I'd be like, why are you stressing? You don't need to stress about this. The only subject I really stressed about was maths, and that's purely just because I am terrible at maths. I had to retake it. I now passed somehow. But, you know, like, you don't need to stress. And, like, stress is such, like, a big factor at GCSEs because it has, like, some people do say it's because they got so stressed to the point they just couldn't do it anymore. And stress is a horrible feeling. It's not nice being stressed. But if you feel yourself getting stressed, maybe go away from your work, go somewhere, have your break, calm down for a bit. I used to like going on walks. I'm very kind of like that. I used to like going outside, listening to music, you know, kind of de-stressing myself, getting myself into a better mind state, and then I'd come back and work on it, work on the work a bit more. So don't stress yourself out, because you'll find yourself looking back at it after your GCSEs going, wow, I think I spent more time stressing than I did studying. You'll hear that quite a lot. Number 4, future. Now, during your whole school life, like normally throughout high school or secondary school or college or whatever, you will most likely hear from family, friends or teachers, what do you want to do in the future? Now, for us teenagers who have no idea what they want to do, that is probably the most scariest question you could ask us. Because, you know, we're there just trying to get our GCSEs done. Like, can you ask me this question after I've done my GCSEs? After I've taken the exams? After I've got the grade? That would be a better way of asking me. Do not ask me in year 8. I have no idea. Like, it used to annoy me so much when teachers used to go, oh, what do I do in the future? And it'd be like, bitch, I don't know. Like, I'm only 13. Why are you asking me like I'm in my 23? I don't know what I want to do, and I'm perfectly fine with that. No, but seriously, if you get asked that question, it's completely fine if you are in your GCSEs and you have no idea what you want to do. It is perfectly fine to be able to do that, because there was so many people at my school got so stressed by it, and I used to sit there and just go, why do you ask us that question? It's so annoying. But yeah, don't get stressed by it. Like, I know people who are in their 20s that still don't know what they want to do, or have only just found out what they want to do. And that, for me, the whole future question / career goal question has never been an issue, because mine has always kind of stayed in the same industry that I wanted. So it always was in the creative space. So always between dancer, singer, actress, makeup artist, author, dancer, you know, it was kind of always in that creative space. And that, so for me, picking my GCSEs was not that difficult for me, and also, you know, that question just never bothered me. But I do understand how that can be very stressful for GCSEs. So when it actually comes to your exams and you are studying and whatever, look at your exam, look at your subjects and think, okay, what do I need to prioritise first? So what needs to be at the top of my list that I need to get a good grade on? Now obviously this is easier if you know what you want to do in your life. But even if you don't, then look at it as like, okay, what is my favourite subject? What do I want to, like, what is something as a hobby? So say if you love football and basketball, then make sport the top subject you need to get a grade in, just in case you go to college or sixth form and you think, do you know what, I'll try sport for an A level. Or if you want to be an accountant, then obviously maths would have to be your top grade. If you want to be a vet, science would have to be your top grade. If you're being awful, you know, whatever you want to be or whatever you want to do in your life, make that subject the top subject that you need to get a high grade on. So for me, mine was English. Surprisingly, I needed a higher than a C grade in English, and I got a B and a C overall. And to be honest, that did not bother me. I was very happy about that because I still got to do English at A level. So yeah, maybe that's what I done. I'd prioritise them into things, and obviously like the ones that I did not need in my life because they did not relate into my career path was maths and science. So them two are no, maths was at the top because I needed to pass it, but science was at the bottom, and I still managed to come out with a C overall in each science. So to me, I wasn't that far. Number 5, probably the most scariest day after you've done your results is results day. That day, oh my god, you are up at like from 3 in the morning because you are so nervous half the time. A lot of people do walk in with that I don't give two shits attitude, and then you have some people walking in shitting themselves because like they are just so nervous. Actually, comment down below if you would like a types of people on results day video, and I can actually get some friends to help me out with that. So comment down below if you'd like that video. But with results day, do not stress. Honestly, don't stress about it. If you worked hard from the beginning, if you kept your determination, if you kept your study schedule, if you tried the best you could, you tried the hardest that you absolutely could, then you shouldn't be that stressed because you really should have came out with good grades. I know that can backfire on some people, but you know, if you studied for your exams literally an hour before your exam, then don't expect to come out with A stars. You know, like, don't set expectations for yourself. So do not come out of an exam going, I failed that, I've done rubbish in that, right, that's a U straight there. And then, but walk in on results and go, no, do you know what, I think I got a C, Don't do that. Don't do it. I'd done that all the time. I used to walk out of exams and go, yeah, well, I failed that, Jesus. And that. But I promise you, like, don't do it. Because you're just going to stress yourself out more. And also, if you don't get that grade that you thought you was going to get, it's kind of a bit soul destroying. You'll be like, what? You know. So don't set yourself expectations. Just that you walk in with an open mind, go, hey, whatever I've got. There is always still something out there for me to do. You know, like, a lot of people go, oh my god, like, I've heard people that fail their GCSEs and they've got no job. Like, the one thing I always heard during GCSEs, oh, if you fail your GCSEs, you'll find yourself working in McDonald's. Alright, a little bit of that is true. But there are people who've got A stars that work in McDonald's purely because they just need a job. Have you ever thought about that? People? But it's like, you know, I know people from years ago who have not done the best they're not failed, but not done the best at their GCSEs, and they still have got a job. They've got a job, they're getting paid, they're getting good money. Don't worry about it. Don't stress yourself out, because in the end, you're just going to get so annoyed to the point that you just want to cry and, like, give up on the world. So yeah, don't stress yourself about results day. Just go in, have an open mind, and just see what happens. And number 6, all I've got to say here is good luck on your GCSEs. Just work hard, study strong, don't mess about, but make sure to give yourself breaks and have a fun time with your mates and that. And you should be A-okay. And then enjoy your summer, because once college hits, all you're going to wish you can go back to secondary school. Seriously, the amount of people I've met at college and I've known, and like, you know, friends and that, the amount, like, nearly most of my mates have said, I wished I could go back to my school. You may hate school now. You may be sitting there watching this thinking, yeah, shut up, Rebecca. I hate my school. I can't wait to leave. Once you start college, you'll be thinking, actually, I kind of miss my school. I want to go back. But yes. Anyway, I wish you guys good luck on your GCSEs. I hope it all goes well. Make sure you comment down below if you want a types of people at results day video, and I will definitely do that for you guys. And yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and I upload every Sunday, or at least try to every Sunday, and the new videos are going to be going out at 6 PM I've decided, because I feel that's a good time to go out. And yeah, so I'll see you guys next week.